You could have also said a Happy New Year, dickhead.
Happy New Year, dickhead.
I'm Greg.
I'm Mike.
I'm Joel. Welcome to CurlingNation Season 2, Episode 6, Holiday Spectacular. Today on the show, we talked to Matt Gamboa, another curler from California. He's one of the organizers of the 5 and Under National Bonspiel, which is now a USCA-sponsored championship.
Accurate.
So, yeah, we get into that, some Twitter comments back and forth, and some SoCal news. So, yeah. How's it going, guys?
Great. How are you,
Good.
Joel?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry holidays.
Are you looking forward to your Christmas break?
Yes, I'm taking next week off because I can,
Nice.
and I work for the state, so I have too much time off that I know what to do with. So,
Also, same.
Yeah.
Samesies. How about you? You were probably shipping things out like a madman, huh?
I have been.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
I am.
go business.
Yay.
Support your
Thank
local
you for
curling
all the
business.
curling purchases from Steve's Curling Supplies, people. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been very busy. I am going to my in-laws, my sister-in-law's place for Christmas.
Where's that?
Uh,
Colorado.
no,
Washington,
it's in
right?
Washington State.
Yeah. Steve and Diane will hold on to the fort for a week.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, we're
Got
gonna
it.
close for a few days,
Hey,
and
that's all right.
you know.
No problem. People will
So
live.
yeah,
Sadly, I've seen some clubs are closing.
in Canada, I have
Temporarily,
seen
yeah,
some
yeah.
clubs are closing. Yes,
I don't think
the COVID is.
Columbus, I thought, was maybe closing for a little bit too.
Oh
Columbus
yeah,
Curling Club.
they decided to start their holiday break a little earlier for
yeah.
precautionary
So-
reasons.
Knock on wood. Hopefully, everybody gets to pick it back up.
Mhm.
That would
Yes.
be,
Yeah.
that would be good because nobody wants to not curl after having to do that all last year. So yeah, what else we got, Joel? What else we didn't talk about?
so-
Or what else happened?
So
last time we were
there's
here.
a new event, the Wheelchair Mixed Doubles Championship.
Mm-hmm.
There's now a world event.
Okay.
So now there's also a U.S. event.
Got it.
So-
what is that?
U.S. Nationals are in Wausau in January,
Gonna be awesome.
and then Worlds are in Finland in April.
Dope.
So far,
Knock on.
hopefully
Alleg-
COVID doesn't screw that up.
Allegedly. Yeah.
So far,
What's the format for wheelchair doubles? Is it the same as
I have
or the rules? Like,
no
is
idea.
it?
I have no
Did
idea.
they put up a
I assume.
a center
Something
guard
in
and
the
a
back
rock
one.
in the back of the house and do it the same way?
I assume so.
All right, let's just go with that then
the-
We'll go
instead
with
of
that.
looking it up. I don't want you to
The
look
press
it up.
release didn't
It's going to
say any
take
of
too
that.
long if you look that up.
No,
Yeah.
we're not looking that up. Nope.
Well, we're
If you
gonna
want to look
assume
it
it's
up,
the
go
same.
to usacurling.com.
Somebody, if you can email the show
Yeah.
if you've got a problem with our.
Actually, the website is usacurling.org.
Oh, sorry. Well,
Go there too,
Go there.
EasyToys.com.
or you could.
Do they ship in the U.S.?
For all your Christmas needs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Do they ship in the US?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Let's.
Good
oh,
for that
yeah.
company, you
Yeah.
know, like
They got a lot of good. I saw there was an SNL bit
yeah.
on it. I think some other people picked it up and had a good chuckle at it. Like, how can you not? I enjoyed that.
We had
Yeah.
some fun with that on the show and
Yeah.
on the Twitter as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what else?
Olympic qualifier
Yeah,
in the Netherlands.
we sealed the deal. Way to go, Chris and Vicky.
Go, Chris and Vicky.
Nice.
We knew they'd do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris.
What a horrible event, though, man. Like that pressure of
Oh
that
my
thing
God, I can't imagine.
is just ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they were undefeated. Same with the Australian team.
Did you?
Bo-
No.
both undefeated.
Yeah.
They could have lost their very first game
Mhm.
of the week and
Yeah,
been
and
out.
Yeah.
Stupid.
In a final.
yeah,
They would have been in a final to go to the Olympics. Would have lost their first game of the week
and been done.
and been done.
No chance.
No chance. No
Dumb.
second shot.
Stupid.
That was kind of.
WCF stupidity right there.
Yeah, that was
I go on the record.
suboptimal.
And
I was surprised that the playoff format was that way, where it wasn't like the 1-2 gets basically the double shot, and then whoever was the third gets the one time in. But whatever, they did it. I saw a YouTube video of like the top 10 shots from that event. I honestly think it could have been 10 shots from Chris Plyce.
he played pretty phenomenal.
Dude,
He played great.
lights out. I mean, there probably could have been a few others from people in there, but I think
Well, at least we saw all the highlight shots of his. He had a lot of
Yes.
highlight shots, but
yeah,
Vicky,
Because we watched it on a recast, not
Vicky
because it was
played
on
very
NBC
well.
Olympics
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
ever.
Vicky did play very well.
Vicky is a
She did.
top-notch curler.
She made
and
some
I'm
really good
super
draws.
proud and happy of her,
Yeah, 100%.
and a great person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
she's very
I probably met her once,
She's great.
maybe.
She's a way better person than Plies.
Taking
Plies is all right. I mean, don't get me wrong, but Vicky's a
That's
way
great.
better person.
Nice. Australia came out of there too. I think that was their first Olympic berth. They're
Yeah.
working with Johnny Moe, so they got
that's
a
cool.
decent
I
coach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Like,
they
where did
got-
that come from?
I don't know.
Probably-
Johnny Moe was the coach.
They probably offered to pay
Out there?
him more money than he could turn down.
Has he been? Has this team been training in Canada then, or has he been
No idea.
hanging out in Australia, or what's the deal?
I don't know. I just listened to the recast, and they're like, "Oh, it's coached
How
by
come
John
they
Morris."
didn't give him more information?
I don't.
Like inquiring minds want to know.
Talk to Sander
Yeah.
Ralvig. Or,
Well,
Sander,
we can look on-
Logan.
We can
Yeah,
look to have
Logan
Johnny Moe on,
Gray.
I guess.
yeah, I don't know.
Bah,
You know,
bah. Two-time gold medalist is 2 times too many to be on this show.
maybe we could
One gold medal is the max.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get the Australian
true.
team on. That would be a
Yeah.
nightmare. That would.
Yeah.
I'm sure that time conversion would never work out. But congratulations to them. Women's event. Eve started out real bad. Managed to get in. Obviously,
She lost to
Curling
Turkey.
Nation. Yeah. Obviously, the Curling Nation bump got her there. Wrong holiday, buddy. This is Christmas show.
yeah.
Christmas show. Come on.
A lot of people eat
Yeah.
turkeys at Christmas.
That's
just
true.
not here. And
And then South Korea and Japan got in from the women's side.
I'm glad that they got in for the women.
Yeah.
I think it would have been good if they would have gotten in for the men as far as worldwide television exposure goes.
Yeah. Like
Um,
Japan and South Korea.
Japan,
Yeah.
South Korea.
Or
Yeah.
Both,
just one.
either,
Yeah.
both,
Yeah.
because they're huge TV markets.
Mhm.
Especially Japan,
Yeah.
but they bring a huge number of hours of curling coverage to millions of people.
That's true.
During the Olympics, and it would have been cool if both men and women were in, but at least the women got in, so there'd be
Yeah. There'll be some.
a lot of extra curling on television around the world.
And then on the men's side, it was Italy, Norway, and Denmark. And I don't know how I feel, if I feel bad or not, but the Czech Republic lost in a game to go again, and they lost the last time around when John.
2 games this time.
Did they lose twice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that sucks.
Different
So-
team though.
Right, yeah, different team, but still, like, Czech Republic missed out again on going to the Olympics.
They got a mixed doubles
Kinda
team though.
stinks. Yes, they do. They got in at the U.S.'s expense.
Right.
So there's that. So yeah, that was an exciting event. Watch some games out there. Yeah, I heard the ice was trash.
They shut the.
They shut down.
They
for
shut
like
down
half
for
a
Oh,
that
day
for the
or
men's
something.
and women's,
Yeah,
yeah.
for the
I
men's
think
and
the
women's.
plant broke or something.
Yeah, that was exciting for them.
I
Probably
didn't
not.
hear anything. I didn't hear that it was bad, other than the fact that like the plant broke for that draw. But like throughout the
Yeah.
course of the event, I wasn't hearing like
Twitter-
ooh, bad ice.
Twitter suggested bad ice from some of the teams
Huh.
that I follow.
I did not
But-
see that.
Yeah, even Eve's team was suggesting. Well, maybe it was a product of their play, but early on, their Twitter was suggesting some poor ice conditions.
Hmm.
I follow the German women's team. They said the ice was pretty crummy.
I'm sure
but-
the ice crew was doing as much as they can. It's not like
Yeah,
for those,
it's
not like for that event they would bring in just some Joe Schmo off
No,
the
no.
suit to make the ice.
I
So
wouldn't think so, but
I'm sure the ice crew was doing as much as they can.
yeah.
There's only so much they can do. So
Yeah. All right. What else we got? Anything else?
the Canadian mixed doubles trials are going on.
They're gonna have that. Yep.
They're gonna have
Saw
that in Portage de la Prairie. Our last
Manitoba.
guest-
Manitoba.
It's
Okay.
an amazing town.
Yeah.
It's about an hour west of Winnipeg. I've been there several times.
Is it? Yeah. Nice.
It's
Our last guest, Chelsea Carey, was going to that event, and her and Haji
Yeah.
won and made it in. So
qualified.
they qualified.
All because she came on the show, people.
All because she came on the show.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no chance.
And we wished her good luck.
Absolutely.
And we told her preemptive congratulations, even.
Yeah. Good for us. Way to go.
We also preemptively congratulated Chris and Vicky.
I mean,
We did.
who are we gonna
Who are we going to congratulate next?
Well, what's the next event would be
Men's and women's nationals in the
Men and
United
Women's
States.
Nationals.
Of course, we have a
No.
show going on
No, it'd
during
be-
that.
it'd be
We're
the-
going to record one during that event.
It would
so,
probably be
Correct.
the.
But let's make our predictions now. Fuck it.
What about the?
Why not?
Oh, for
what about
men's
the
mixed Canadian mixed doubles.
Mixed doubles. Canadian.
Get us a team list.
I don't know. That seems like a lot of work right now. Who do
Um,
we know? What about? We could probably talk about men's and women's nationals.
Well, we're going to do a show
We're
during
gonna
that
do a
one.
show during that one. All right, I like that.
Yeah.
So then we'll have a couple
Um,
days
yeah.
worth of info to like throw out there.
So teams are Burchard Schneider, Carey Haji,
The Desjardins.
Desjardins.
At all.
Somebody named Einerson and Jacobs.
It's Carey Einerson.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, got it. I didn't know if that
Thanks
was.
for that,
There's
yeah.
no picture.
There's no
I guess
picture
they've never
available.
played together. That's pretty lame. Sorry, I'm a big.
Grandy Jansen, Holman Morris, Martin and Griffith,
Tyrell Griffith. Yep.
Lang and
Selena Negaman.
Negaman. There you
Yep.
go.
Brett Lang.
Yeah.
Sahadak Lot.
Sahadak Lot. There
Yeah,
you
you're
go.
welcome. Sauter
Sauter
Botcher.
Botchers, Maurice St. George, and
Felix.
Felix.
Esselang. Yeah.
Sweeney Kennedy. Wow, they got a lot of
It's a
teams
good
here.
team.
The Tuck Tuck team.
Tuck Walker Myers.
Myers. Yep.
It's a good team.
Yep.
Was
I don't know that team at all.
what Weissaclo?
Yep. Sir. Cool. I don't know.
Why
I don't know. We're sorry.
Yeah.
We don't know you.
Cooney?
No chance.
Yeah.
And no chance. No chance. And Lisa Weigel, John Epping.
That's a good team too.
Yeah.
I'm going with Sweden Kennedy. Left-handed
Ooh.
people are going to take
Like
over the world.
The rare
Yeah.
double Canadian Olympic curling schedule.
Yeah.
Because they just named Mark to the alternate for
Yep.
Yeah.
what's his
What's his face?
What's his face?
What's
Gushu.
Gushu.
I was drawing a total blank
What's his
there.
name?
Yeah, the guy
that
that's won everything the last
from,
like
Yeah.
2 years of curling.
out east.
What do you got? Who do you got, Joel? I don't know here.
I'm gonna go. Man, I'm gonna go. I think Kennedy's Sweeting and Carey Haji final.
Ooh, wow.
Carey Haji
Wow.
pull it out.
I mean, it's hard for me not to go Johnny Moe, Rachel Holman.
That's a good
But
team.
I mean,
Einerson,
I don't
it
think
could be Einerson Jacobs.
Carey Einerson and Brad Gushu had curled all that much together, and they just won the mixed doubles.
Brad Jacobs.
And now it's going to be Carey Einerson and Brad Jacobs, but I don't.
No chance.
No chance. You
No
think?
chance.
Fine.
Carey Einerson's fantastic curler.
Yeah.
Brad Jacobs is a fantastic curler, but
They've
garbage without
But they've
sweetness.
never curled
Man,
together.
I don't
Got
see
it.
it happening.
Got
No way.
All right. And I'm gonna go with I'm going with Johnny Moe, Rachel Holman. There. That's it. That's what I
Walker
got.
Myers is my other finalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna
Enough
go,
of that
if I have
stupid
to
Canadian.
pick another team, I'll go Burchard Schneider
All right.
because they came to the Madtown Double Down.
Sure.
And they sat in on the dais, and I had a
did.
wonderful time with story time with them. It was great.
Yeah, that's
Kat,
good.
Kat told a bunch of great stories. Shannon jumped on. It was great. Enjoy them.
Good.
Enjoyed their company.
All right.
So I wish them luck.
All right, thanks. Now we're gonna bring
We'll
in
go to
Matt.
All right. All right, we're joined today by another member of the Out West curling clan, I guess you could call him. One of the founders of the SoCal Curling Center. Can we call it SoCal Curling Center, or do you not like that?
That's fine.
That's fine. All right, good. We were worried we were offending somebody the last time.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it? Southern California Curling Center.
Also founder of Hollywood, or no? Or was that already around?
No,
when you were
I
there?
was one of the founding board members, but I didn't start the club.
Okay.
Got it.
But yeah, see, LA, we have a lot of nicknames that we don't really care about. It's usually everyone else, cares about their own places, or they have beef with us, but we don't really have a beef with them. So we're pretty
Got it.
laid back here.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Well, Matt Gamboa is joining the show. We didn't give you a proper introduction. Thanks for joining us, Matt. We
problem.
really enjoy your ugly sweater. It complements ours nicely. Why don't you go ahead, just show it off. Show all the viewers.
Stand up. Let's get the whole
We've
thing in
seen
there.
it, but
Yeah, we've seen
everybody
it.
at home
Yeah.
hasn't
Lord.
seen that
Okay.
thing yet.
The extra bonus is the back right here.
Okay. Oh, Team Bond Girls.
Nice.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Throw it way back.
It's got
And
a,
then it
and
also has my special pocket.
it's got
There's
the
a
special
surprise
pocket.
inside.
Yeah. Look at
Gold
that. The
medal,
gold,
Malort.
the gold medal edition. Supporting the kids. Way to go.
Cheers for the kids.
Yeah, for the kids.
It's for the
Cheers,
kids.
buddy.
Cheers.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Matt, besides your terrible taste in liquor, how did you get into curling? I'm gonna just start at the beginning.
So, like way back in college, I watched it. I think it was like I saw something in Salt Lake. Then after college. I wasn't working during Torino, and I watched a bunch of it that week. But I just assumed that I couldn't do curling out here. Luckily, one of my buddies, Paul Mendoza, who's now on my team, he actually thought to Google it, which was a very novel idea in like 2006. But he got on a mailing list, and then 2 years later, when the Hollywood Curling Club started, he went to learn to curl, had a good time, invited me and my wife Jen out, and it was pretty fun. So we kept on doing it, and then 13 years later, we own a curling center. So it can happen to you.
That's pretty great. So you're California born and raised?
Yeah, in LA in the Valley. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're a curler. We come from
Yeah,
all
and everyone.
over.
Yeah. It's
One of the
amazing.
first questions I get when I'm teaching to learn to curl or something is like, "Oh, where are you from? Or are you from here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm up the 5 freeway from the Valley." So people tend to think I'm Canadian or from Wisconsin or something.
Oh, you could only be so lucky.
I was filling out my Christmas cards today. I'm like, there's a lot of people from Wisconsin. I really am a curler.
There you go. We do have a couple curling centers here. None quite as fancy as yours, I don't think yet. So.
No, Wausau is fancier.
Oh,
frankly.
Wausau is pretty nice. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the new Plover one either, but that's supposed to be pretty nice too.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
still call
yeah.
it Stevens Point.
Stevens
It's
Point.
Stevens
That's
Point.
fine. Whatever. I don't care. what
Technically,
it's
it's in Plover, but
It's
I'm gonna
in
call it
Plover.
It's-
Stevens Point.
Isn't it still the Stevens Point Curling Club?
called. I think it's.
I
is
think
it
it's called
Steven-
the Century Curling Center
Oh, the Century
because
Curling.
Home-
Century Insurance ponied up a lot of cash.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I think it's Century Curling Center, home of the Stevens Point Curling Club, if I understand correctly. I think. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We had Matt on. Matt, we want to talk about 5 and under because you spearheaded, or well, explain what's going on out there, and I guess how you got involved in the whole shebang.
All right. So as with any good curling story, it starts in a bar. I was at one of the board meetings in Colorado Springs, and I was sitting at the hotel bar with John Schuster, just chatting about, what's life like after the Olympics and everything. And actually, this was before. He was just on a high. And then he has this idea for the 500 Bonspiel. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I really like that. And then a few months later, I'm at the members assembly in
So at
Albany.
this point, there wasn't even a 500 Bonspiel, or
There's 500
national...
bonds. Those 500
Okay.
Bonspiels throughout the country, right? Like,
Right. Okay. So yeah, you're not talking about that. Okay.
Yeah, and then my first one, I went to like one in Wauwatosa. That was super fun, and I think the the whole concept of it is kind of fun for new curlers. And so we had this idea. I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. I think that there's legs to this. And then so we're at the USA Curling Board meeting, members assembly in Albany, and we had a committee, a Grow the Sport committee, and some people on it at the time were Brett Jackson of Detroit and Steve O'Keefe of Wausau. And I pitched this idea, and they loved it too. So we looped in John, and this was in like October, and then by November we're like, all right, let's put it up for sale, and we're going to pilot this program because USA Curling doesn't want to have anything to do with it, but we think it's a good idea. So we looped in the USWCA, who ran a bunch of regional 5 and unders, and we put it in Duluth, John's home club, because he knew they can host it, and he obviously has it in there. And so we just like ran with it, pilot, make a proof of concept, and it was a hit for that February, right? So we went from like, let's do this in October, November, to having people out there curling in February. And so it was awesome. So it was HC Club, so it was a really easy draw. Then we're like, oh, let's just go to Wausau, Steve O'Keefe, let's just do it there, and we can move it. And then we did the second one there, and same vibe. People were really into it for the second year. And then obviously the pandemic hit. So in that time, in this new regime in the USA Curling, they got behind in new events, and they wanted to take it on, which was our goal, to like get it USA Curling event. So it stopped going through my PayPal account. And then Dean Gemmell of USA Curling's been super into it and really, taking it on. And I think it's the first year under USA Curling stewardship, I think is going to be a really great Bonspiel, really good event to come. Just casual, fun intro thing for new people to get a real taste of it, like kind of earning it, but like also in not like a super competitive fashion. So I think it's a good idea that people seem to respond to.
So when you say you're talking about the Bonspiel, so now you're talking about there's different 500 spiels all over the U.S. and now those are going to be play-ins for the
sort of
national championship.
Yeah. So in the past we did it where like if you played in any 500 Bonspiel, I didn't care if it was your local club one or wherever, because part of the goal is like, let's just drive people to participate in these, and basically if you played in it, you'd have a chance to get in the nationals depending on your tier level. But it was pretty popular, so it was basically you had to win an event to get into it. So it really, people really wanted to go, and so now to kind of pre-vet some of the Bonspiels a little bit is just register your Bonspiel, and so we know so everyone's on the same page of who's going and who's eligible. And so I think right now there's some like 12 or 15 Bonspiels registered to qualify for it, but I think there's there should be more, frankly. So I think that it'll grow, because of a 24 team right now, we're looking at a 24 team event. And so there's room to have, 24 teams, 24 Bonspiels qualify for it.
Sure.
So the idea was that your regional, your club one, your, whatever, if it's, a good size, then we could, it'll encourage people to show up and play there playing some of these bonspils as they age, as they begin to get more into curling. And what's nice about the 5 and under, there's like a constant turnover of new people, so people are always like they
Sure.
want to do it before they age out of it. So it's kind of a nice perpetuating thing.
So how many spiels do you have now that are qualifiers, and what's the criteria for them to be a qualifier for the 5 and under?
I believe it's on the USA Curling website. I want to say there was 12 right now, maybe 15. I forget the exact number. But the qualifier was register your event, and then we'll add it.
Okay.
And there's a little bit loose. I think we tried to avoid like a smaller event. Like if there's only like 6 teams from your club, then maybe that's not a qualifier. But if it's if you're getting 8, 12, 15 teams, whatever, 16 teams, then that is suitable, especially if it's at a regional kind of event. Like if GNCC, their 3 5 and under bonspils I think are all qualifiers because they're so
Sure.
popular and they're big enough. When I say big enough, again, there's not really a clear-cut
Right.
thing versus first year, but I think going forward, as they become more popular, there'll probably be more of a strict criteria.
Got it.
But this year is basically apply by November 7th to register your bonspiel, and if you did it, then you're on that registration list. So.
Got it. So if somebody's got a 5 and under for this year and they weren't aware of this program, probably keep it in mind for next year if they want to
For sure.
potentially
I
make
think
it a qualifier.
Yeah,
Got
and yeah, for sure. Because in the past it was basically any 5 and under, and when
Right.
a team decided they wanted to apply to just go to it, then they would put in, they would fill out the registration form. They would say what event they won, what event it was, and then like if it was A, B, or C, whatever.
Sure.
And then we had a tier ranking to kind of like sort everyone out, and it worked okay. But it was it got a little getting the deadlines out and getting all that stuff communicated through multiple parties was kind of a hassle sometimes. So now it's just been trying to be streamlined and make it more clear cut. So limiting the pre-registering was a requirement this time around. So I think some 5 and unders probably missed it, or perhaps might not have been aware. So next year would definitely be make sure to register yours and get it in.
And so like for Club Nationals, teams have to get verified by their board to be to play down. Is it the same thing for a 5 and under?
It's basically your event is going to do whatever verification,
Okay.
and assuming that the event is they've said everyone's 5 and under, then that's going to be it on the USA Curling side, because the event you already said it was, and that's going to be, we're trying to avoid a lot of unnecessary paperwork. Like for me personally, if someone's going to lie about being a 5 and under, then and they go through all the process with their clubs and everything, it might happen. But I think I rely on that spirit of curling to kind of separate the wheat from the chaff, right? Like just hopefully it's fine.
I think they're getting a 6. It's kind of like 6 and under this year, right? You get a bonus for COVID year.
I mean, maybe even 7 and under in some capacities. Good because a lot of places are taking that last year and a half. Just it doesn't count. Even if you played, it won't count. So which I think is pretty fair. Even so much as that these events weren't around to maybe like qualify under before, or since we also changed the qualification process, so maybe someone who might have qualified for it based on an event that did happen last year, then all of a sudden they can't. So it kind of reopens it up a little bit to people to be able to qualify. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit looser this year.
So
how many teams are in this championship? 24, and it's at the Southern California Curling Center?
Yeah, we're hosting it here. It'll be our first USA curling event in May. So
Okay.
that'll be nice to get these 5 and under, and then it gives us a little leeway if our ice isn't perfect to like 5 and under people don't necessarily always know know better, but
You can
Oh,
blame
no.
it on it being May.
Yeah,
And the weather
yeah,
too warm or
Oh,
something. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll find some 500 people that
I
will
bet.
complain about the ice.
Sure.
Yeah.
no, I guarantee you will. Yeah, we were open a week for curlers that have curled almost entirely on arena ice and hadn't curled in a year and a half and weren't pleased with the ice. So I know like there's no shortage of people who are going to be
Wow.
critical. So,
I hope they would at least bonspiel around and actually play on some real ice
Oh man.
and
Yeah.
know that before criticizing your own ice. Like,
yeah,
That's bad.
it was a little bit of like I wish it wasn't a pandemic time so that when we opened up, it would have been like a week after we just played on our last arena ice and people can just feel the difference right away. But I think everyone just blocked out the memories of like, frosty, slow ice and moving warm rocks and freezing in X.
Oh.
What's the format for this thing? Like, are there different tiers of teams or something? Is that what you're saying? Different levels or?
No, it's I believe it's going to be pool play. I haven't fully John has been proponent of the draw. He's been basically the draw master for these last 3, but I believe it's pool play this time around. And then at the 24 teams, and the tiers, like we had a tier system was just for qualifying, but once you're in, you're in. So there's no real like tier thing. In the past, I think we did try to like put it so to kind of balance out the bracket. So it's a traditional 32 team bracket in the past. So this time it'll probably just be a little trying to balance out the pools just to make sure the pools are fairly seem fairly even on paper anyway. But
Cool.
That'll work. Should be fun. You got some good stuff planned? Can they expect a good time? The bar will be open, right?
That's always the goal. I mean, the full-time bar, I don't know if it'll be open by then, but we have our avenues for temporary licenses. So we'll have a bar that weekend.
There you go.
Working on some live entertainment. Like there's this organization out here called, I think it's a national organization called School of Rock where they teach, where it's like a kids music, like a young, not kids, but young person music school, but like for talented, promising semi-professional kids sometimes. And they have a house band. And so we've been talking about trying to get one of these house bands out to play at some bonspiels. And I thought, that might be a good tie into the 5 and under, like a young, fresh band with, young, fresh curlers, or young in terms of curling years. But because of course the 5 and under is very wide range of curling of actual years. But
yeah, for sure.
It's so that might be a fun tie-in. We'll see whatever LA centric things we can, but right now we've been mostly focused on the Olympics coming up and doing all the club stuff for that, and then our own 5 and under that's going to qualify for this event as well. So we have an event out here in March, right day after St. Patrick's Day. So Thursday night, a little St. Patrick's Day welcome night, and then 5 and under bonspiel, and that will qualify for the 5 and under nationals.
that sounds like some bad timing because what's probably going to be around that time is the House of Hearts spiel.
Yeah, it might be the House Hearts.
I think it's the weekend after that, though.
Nobody knows.
Nobody
we
knows
don't know.
Nobody
We
knows
don't
yet,
know.
but
Who knows?
HOH is always around that time. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not been said yet, and
Yeah.
I don't have any inside knowledge. I don't know
Who
what it
knows
is,
if
but
it will be even.
HOH is always around that time. So
Yeah, so we did do scouting because we were concerned about that. But our
Yeah.
intel told me that this weekend should be okay.
House of Hearts
So-
might be a swimming event this year with their
Yeah.
lack of ice plants. So
well, they have a plan. They just don't know how long they can
yeah,
keep it.
exactly. Well, whatever.
So
Anyway, so all right, sounds great.
How's everything going out there with the club? We had Liza on, whatever, a couple months
weeks
back.
ago, yeah.
yeah.
So what's
Yeah,
the scoop?
It's just trying to chug along, and it's trying to find out those times where people want to come because of valet traffic. We also have a train, a freight train right near us. So half the time on our 8 p.m. leagues, we get a group of people who got stuck by the train and show up like right when it starts. But I think
does the train shake the rocks at all in the building?
No, it's not that close, but
Okay.
it's around the corner, so it's the main route in, so people get stopped into it. But we're our private events are picking up. We got lots of corporate events coming through, like SpaceX has been a recurring party event for us.
Name drop.
Nice,
good job, well done.
And then
can we launch a curling rock into space? And
I think the main guy behind us, Peter, he's an ex-SpaceX engineer, so I think there's a lot of connection between that. So those SpaceX parties really enjoy curling. The leagues are picking up. We got we're getting new people onboarded all the time, joining in and jumping in. We've got stuff going on for Learn to Curl's booked all month. We got some fun stuff planned for some outdoor curling in January. That should be pretty exciting. So we're it feels, I guess it's December. Well, it's the 21st. We're literally 5 months to the day that we open.
Nice.
I mean, it feels like 10 years, but it's 5 months. So I got to kind of keep okay, we're 5 months in, we're doing pretty good, but we need to really, kick it up a notch for the Olympics and hope that everything goes well. And, we got some other, another subtenant we're working on that'll be complimentary to us, which is really exciting. So I'm hoping that we can fully announce that soon, and it'll really kind of elevate the space and bring some new kind of life into the building as well, and new programming. So there's some good stuff happening. So we've been bombarded with film requests too. So you're going to see us on camera a lot this Olympic season.
Nice. Did you get some good run for changing the name of the Curling Center on your Twitter account, or?
I mean, look, if easytoys.com.nl wants to sponsor us, then the easytoys.com Curling Center, it's available.
Well, I really enjoyed your tweets when those all came out. I read a few off in the last show, and I was here for all of that. That was really great.
Those are pretty fun. We had you and I had a little back and forth at one of them, but it was.
There's some random sports podcast based on Tampa or something that picked it up somehow.
Oh yeah.
And he billed me as the Easy Toys PR department. He thought I was with them. And now I'm just some Yahoo making jokes on Twitter. So, but it's when can you really roll out all the curling sex jokes that you've held on over the years? So.
In public, yeah.
This is perfect time for it.
Nice. Oh yeah,
we were all thinking
100%.
You delivered.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Matt, we're not going to kick you off right away. Usually when we have guests on, we like to ask some curling questions.
Ax them.
Yeah.
Ax 'em.
Sorry, I said ax. Did you know the etymology of that word is at one point in history it was pronounced ax?
No.
Yeah. Well, it was. Learned something new today. You're welcome. All right. Well, we kind of asked you how do you.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know.
Shut up.
Brownie got to it early in the show. You kind of told us how you started curling. Other than your home club, which I assume is now Southern California Curling Center.
No, it's the easytoys.com.
The easytoys.com
Southern
Southern California Curling Center. Curling Ice
Exposition.
Yeah.
Hollywood Curling Club.
What's your favorite place to curl other than that?
Favorite place to curl. That is, there's a lot of good places. I particularly enjoyed when I was in Scotland curling at Braehead, just because it was big 8-sheet in a mall, but it's closed. Out there, Green Acres was on a farm, so that was pretty fun too. You just drive out in the middle of nowhere, and there's this farm that has a 6-sheet curling club on it. I have
Green
a
Acres is the
fondness.
place to be.
Yeah, I have a fondness for the Wine Country Curling Club. Going up there is like it's less of a building and a place because there's been a few different places, a couple different places, but I have a fondness for that Bonspiel. And of course, like the old classic American ones like St. Paul and even Seattle on the West Coast. When I started, Seattle was the closest curling club to us before you get to Bismarck. So it's nice to see in this time we've gotten so many other clubs opening out here.
Nice. Well, that was a good non-answer answer.
It was a good
Way
answer.
to nail it down to
Yeah.
6 or 7. Thanks.
Yeah,
Close enough.
but my favorite place I curled, like it's not like necessarily the club, was when I curled in Cortina, Italy, and it was like this ice rink that was converted for the weekend, and just amazing views of the Alps, and it was or the Dolomites, and it was this place was awesome. That was probably my favorite place to curl, but it's not necessarily a curling club, so.
Got it.
Was that the summer spiel? Did you go for the summer spiel?
No, it was that Margarita Bonspiel.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It was out in October, so it was like after the busy season and like right before like snow really kicked in, so the weather was like perfect for hot chocolate, but like you could still walk around, and it was awesome. It was a great time. It was beautiful scenery.
I think Matt Madison's on the list next to host the Margarita Spiel.
Yeah, it's been postponed the last 2 years.
It's been postponed a couple times, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go for that one. I'm ready to go for that one. So
All
hopefully
right.
we'll see you guys out there.
All right. Do you have a favorite Bonspiel and why?
Shoot, I don't. So many good ones. The easy answer is House of Hearts, but I only went once, and I'll go back again one day. But going back to the Wine Country one, that was my first Bonspiel, and so that one always has the Labor Day weekend has a special place in my heart for that.
Nice.
What's the coolest prize you've ever won? Have you ever won a prize?
I think I don't know what the coolest prize is. So I think they're generally forgettable, but I did win a frozen chicken once.
That's a good
That
prize.
was right before Christmas, and it was the best. It was when we were in Scotland right before Christmas, and it was our Christmas dinner. It was awesome.
That's
Who
a
do we
good
have on
prize.
that won a game hen? Was that Liza? Did Liza win a game hen? Like a
I don't
frozen
remember.
Probably was at a thing that we did. I think we did that. I brought that event that I did in Scotland. I brought that back to our club, and I think Liza won a game hen in our event.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. Nice.
All right, what's a skill or talent outside of curling that we should all know about?
I mean, that assumes I have skill or talent in curling, though, huh?
Well, you're on the show, so
suggestive tweets
You're
would be one.
you're slightly above average curling skill. What's
It's
slightly above average?
Probably my Photoshop. Like, if you've seen some of the fun posters or Photoshops,
Yeah,
that
the
come out,
posters are
really-
good.
A lot of those are mine.
Yeah.
Either me or Cindy Wood. But yeah, even or some of the other just random Photoshops that pop up occasionally on Twitter or whatever. That's kind of my secret talent, I guess.
Yeah, the one you did with Dylan and Ty, the three-man lift one.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh yeah.
My Photoshop skills are not quite up to snuff as yours, but I did do some Photoshop work at the trials.
Nice.
I was
Yeah,
sitting
you
up
did.
there being bored, so.
What helped you along the way with your curling? I mean, obviously, you've got a different situation, and with this question, we often ask the competitive curlers. But as a guy who grew into the sport playing in arenas, what helped you really get into it, and what do you got for advice for new people?
Yeah, I think one of the things I would tell people that learn to curls and stuff when we're on arena ice is that one of the surprisingly good things to do is visualization, thinking about your shots and thinking about making shots. It helps when you have a little bit of background into going to a couple clinics and kind of getting some actual coaching instruction, and then just kind of thinking about those shots and visualizing it really kind of, for me, helped internalize this is what, my shot should look like, and know that if I dumped my out turn or whatever, or just kind of into it, what the draw weight might be coming in slightly cold. So I think a little bit of that is just kind of, taking in and thinking about like processing it on a mental capacity, when you can't have all those like physical reps that you get that muscle memory for.
That makes sense. I got
That's
it.
pretty good. I would say that kind of answers the second question. Or the next question is, what advice would you give curlers looking to improve? And probably just that same visualization, unless you have something else.
Well, now we have ice. So if they're
Right.
in my club, I'd say book some practice time. We'll give you some tips, but I think to that end, it's about like listening. Like I've seen so many people where you just try to give them a tip and they don't even try to enact it. And I'm like, all right, well, you're not even going to try, so I'm not gonna spend my time trying to coach you, right? But when I see people who take that direction immediately, I'm like, all right, you're ready to go. You want to go. Let's work on that and figure it out. And I had we had this learner curl on Saturday, this weekend, and it was supposed to be a group of 8. It was 2 individuals and a group of 6, and that group of 6 didn't show up. So the 2 just got like a private curling lesson basically. And it was a couple, and the woman, she was like, her first, it was not great. And she had this like timidness that I felt was going to be challenging to get there. But to her credit, she worked on it. She listened and she adjusted when I gave her an adjustment. And I promised them before we got on the ice that I know it looks long, but before the end of the night, you're going to throw it through the house. It's going to be too far. And her last shot of the night went through the house. So it's not normally the shot you want to see, but considering everything was like just over the first hog line, not even halfway, right? To get to that point by the end, it was someone who was just willing to listen and take direction and try. And that's like the biggest thing I think for a new curler is just, you got to there's so many people with expertise. You just got to listen to them and not think you can do it all yourself right away.
That's really good, especially coming from a guy that's running a 5 and under spiel.
Especially coming from a guy whose child is not yet old enough to ignore him. Because you are I can see where you're coming from, but you're gonna want to just abandon your child several times per day once they get old enough to in theory listen to you.
Yeah.
No,
so
I
a little
recognize
heads
it
up on
completely.
that. So
Yeah.
My kids' ears, man, they're just broken.
Yeah. Santa doesn't really even work all that well.
Oh my God.
Santa's not gonna come if you guys don't behave. Yeah, so that works for 15 minutes. Forget it. Forget it. All right, Matt, you're going to a Bonspiel. With your ideal team, you can take whoever you want to take. We've allowed people to take 5-6 person teams, whoever you want. Who would you like to be on your team?
I really wish I would have thought about this question more, because it's such a hard thing.
It is hard.
I think Chris Pleiss, because I think he's just nice and chill. And he's good. He'll make some shots.
Yeah, he probably would.
He'll be like the
all by himself too.
Yeah.
He'll make shots all by himself.
Yeah.
So you're taking Pleiss.
And
Good start.
I don't know. I think he started finding a bunch of just funny people, just some comedians,
Sam Kinison.
He's the opposite of chill. We'll just keep it in Duluth. Get Duluth's Maria Bamford to come on the team, right? And then just little neuroses in there to match mine. We'll get. I wish I kind of would the kind of girl with Pete Davidson on SNL. He's someone there's. I don't know. Right?
That would be fun.
Basically, I'm just gonna make the whole weed team. Just a team that's it's gonna be our team Dank Nasty, and then we'll get Colin Hodgson there to bookend it. So there we go. There's 5 of us. It'll be
Hodgie's fun.
That's not a bad team.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
So Pleiss, Pete Davidson,
Maria Bamford,
and
Haji.
Haji.
Yeah.
Matt.
Nice.
Awesome.
And Matt,
That's a
I
good
like
team.
it.
That's a
Pretty
fun
good
team. I like the fact that
Mhm.
you actually picked a couple curlers too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people
Yeah,
are just like, I think you got to have some curlers if you're going to a Bonspiel, like just
Yeah.
for the sake of this conversation. A
I
lot of
agree.
people
Yeah.
are just picking famous people they want to hang out with, and
Mhm.
you know, I think throwing one or two of them in is all right, but
Yeah,
I
and I think if it was a team of 4 famous people you want to hang out with, like it's gonna be a shitty curling weekend. Like I want to be able to like win some games
Yeah.
and like
that's what
you
I'm
know,
talking about.
it's fun to do that.
Yeah. I like it. I like it.
All
If I
right.
went with like celebrities who curled, I would go with Kimmy Robertson from why am I blanking on the show's name? The Twins Peak. You go to Aubrey Plaza, throw Will Wheaton in there, and then probably like Scott White of our celebrity curlers who've curled with us at one point or another. Throw those. That'd be a fun team too.
Aubrey Plaza curls?
Yeah, she played in the league once, and she went on Ellen DeGeneres' show saying that with footage from her curling league, saying that she was
Nice.
gonna become a
She's-
curler.
She was on, that's Parks and Rec, right? Parks
Yeah,
and Rec
yeah.
and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. All right. Nice. That's cool. Super dope. All right. This is my favorite song because I came up with a dumb question. If you had a walk-up song when your team's coming out to curl, you got a good song you'd want to play?
What gets you
I was
pumped?
trying,
Yeah. Get you
I was
pumped.
trying to think
or-
about that, and I
Just-
went to my curling team where we had a playlist, and I think it's gonna be the iCarly theme song. That's like that's gonna be our jam.
I don't know that song.
I don't know that
I-
either, but it
I
can't.
don't know.
It can't be
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna.
That's
all right,
that's the jam.
I'm
We'll
gonna
listen to it.
it.
Yep. Listening to it on the way home tonight. iCarly theme song. Got it. All right. Do you have any sponsors you want to mention? Liza's mentioned many of them, but you can mention them again. And if you have anybody else you want to shout out, go ahead.
Sure, I'm gonna shout out the man right there, and Craig with Steve's Curling Supplies. They've been awesome to us, and it's been a great avenue for us to like get started in our pro shop and our rental shop, and we've been sending folks have been getting stuff from them and showing up with some great gear. So Steve's Curling Supply for sure. Gold Line has been awesome with us this year. We couldn't have really got going without both of them. We have our local electricians, IZS and Oscar's Plumbing or Oscar's Electric, that have really kind of helped us get our actual building going. Then ISS for our ice, the ice grid, a USA Curling sponsor too. I think they've been getting that as an integral part to getting up. So those are like our main DMP printing. If you've ever like bought a shirt for your team for curlers, you might know Donna Umali, who's House of Hearts alum as well, and she
She makes good
has a
stuff.
t-shirt printing business, and she just cranks out a lot of our merch, and she's awesome.
Nice.
And then what else is there?
Does she do the hats? Because I'm waiting on a hat. Liza said she's going to send me a hat, and I still don't have my hat.
No, she does. She
just
Kind-
does
no.
screening.
She
Got it.
Yeah, she helps us get. So I just got some of these in
Oh,
just
good.
this week.
That's what I
So
want.
I could,
right. Tell-
if that's the case, we can get you one out there soon.
I'll remind Liza.
Yeah, check with Liza. I'll get it made, and we'll get it out there. That's
Dope.
and then Dynasty's been really good with us too. Is working on designs, and hopefully we'll get our jackets out soon. So we got some cool jacket design coming. But yeah, so those have been some great vendors and sponsors we've been working with. Also, Foxglide, they're a Scottish uniform manufacturer, and we had masks from them this season. When we opened, I was like, "Oh, we have all these masks. We're not going to need them anymore." Boy, was I wrong, and now we're sold out. But they've been the most comfortable for me for curling in, because we have to curl with them on the ice, and because of the county regulations. They're some of the most comfortable ones I have. So I want to shout out to them as well. But yeah.
What's up? Go ahead.
I feel like Foxglide sort of, if you don't know the name of the company, I think it kind of slides in with the easytoys.com. like it could be in the same pool of products or something, like, if you don't know.
No, you're thinking of Foxy Glide.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Combination of Foxy Glide and Astro Glide, or Easy Toy. Yeah.
Perfect. Outstanding.
So one last question: how much thread do you have like sewn onto that Malort sock to hold a whole bottle up on the sweater?
I think it's a lot of hot glue, actually.
Oh,
All right.
Jen's she's a crafty one, and it's basically the whole perimeter is glued on. I think with like just hot glue, because that's just the a crafter's magic weapon is that hot glue gun.
Yeah, well, I hope it's a load bearing fabric glue.
Yeah.
All right, Matt. Well, we appreciate having you on.
Well, the key is to drink it fast, so it doesn't have a chance to be too heavy to pull it down.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Yeah. Or don't drink it at all and just never mention it again.
You can put an empty bottle in there and say you drank it. It'll be lighter and.
Yeah.
I don't like to lie. I don't like to lie, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, thanks again for coming on. Good luck with the rest of the curling season. Hope the 5 and under goes great. And thanks again.
Yeah.
Good
Thanks for
curling, man.
having me on, guys, and love the show, and hope to be on again at some point sometime soon. So
You betcha. You betcha.
take care.
All right.
Thanks.
Cheers. All right. Season 2, episode 6. It's in the book. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Email the show, CurlingNation@curlingnetwork.com. Tell us what you want to talk about. Tell us who you want to talk to. We want to hear from somebody listening to the show. All 6 of you. I don't care who you are. Otherwise, talk to us on the Twitter. We're at Curling Nation. Facebook, we're at Curling Nation. Instagram, we're at The Curling Nation. We don't do a bunch on that, but find us there. I don't really care. Otherwise, watch the show, because we got our sweaters on today, and we look great.
I don't.
Well, whatever. Matt Gamboa that joined the show looked outstanding.
He did.
Outside of the Malort. That's disgusting. Anyway, otherwise, listen to the show. Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever podcatcher you use. It's out there. Whatever. That's it. Joel, Mike,
Craig.
Matt,
Groot.
good curling, everybody. Merry Christmas.